Well, that's not very nice, Rhea. What if I want to be in your club?
Join it.
Okay. What's the secret handshake? What's the membership fees?
Also, membership fees?
Well, it's a club. You got to do something to get into it. Do I have to be hazed?
Initiation.
Well, what's the initiation?
Intense.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm not soft. What do I got to do?
What do you want to do?
Huh? Chop off my goods so I'm a girl? What? What do I got to do? That's a little much, right? All right, let's go. Obviously, you're going to use your TVM solver here. You can see that I am no longer bothering to write and blah, 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 because by now you should know how to do it. This is a little bit tricky because the argument is, of course, when is it actually paid off? It is actually paid off when, according to your TVM solver? It's like, what? Yeah, it's like 32.7 months or some crap, right? So in reality, that's 32 months, right? 32 months. Not moths. Ooh, 32 moths. I don't have a lot of things that bother me. Moths bother me. I don't like moths. And it's weird because I don't mind butterflies, but I don't like moths. I think it's the erratic way they fly. 32 months. And then, but we remember the 32nd payment is bigger, right? Right? We don't say it will take 33 months because we don't get to that 33rd month, right? Everybody cool? All right. Malcolm's monthly payment. Again, you're going to use your TVM solver for this. Who has a number for me? 235 and 2 sevenths? 2 cents, okay. 235.02. Do I have any corroboration? No. Okay, Jashin, what do you have?
It's the same thing. You said no.
Whatever word you use.
No, there is no corroboration?
Yeah.
But if you have the same answer as her, then that is corroboration.
He doesn't think how you said it.
Is there no corroboration?
I think it's just you don't understand what it means.
You know what corroboration means. I have used it 1,000 times this year. 30 of you haven't asked once. You do not know what corroboration means? I use it all the time. Yes, in your class. All the time. Whenever we are doing this and somebody gives an answer, I ask if there's corroboration. Nothing. You watch TV shows. You watch police shows. Corroborating evidence. Like nothing? Well, of course they do. They use a lot of words on Brooklyn Nine-Nine too. They had that whole thing where they pronounced the word pho correctly, which was awesome. So many people I know, I always said pho because I knew what it was, but so many people I know still say pho. It's not pho, it's pho. And that's why, for the soup, the Vietnamese soup, pho. But it ruins all the jokes. You can't say, I'm pho hungry. You can't say, what's faux dinner? But you can do it, other ones with pho. Like my daughter now says, I'm DTP.
What does that mean?
Down to pho. DTP. She's 12, so I'm a little dodgy on it, but it's so funny I laughed anyway. But I blame Brooklyn Nine-Nine because they're the ones that made a big deal out of the word pho. Yeah, it's pho-ni. I suppose if you made your pho with the knees of the beef of the cow, you would have pho-ni. All right. I don't have that, actually. I have 233.47. Well, we already know what happens. We've seen it. Corroborating evidence of me punching in the exact numbers as you and my calculator saying a different number. But no, remember you weren't here that day. Isabel was saying answer. I was like, I don't have that. And then I had all my N's and stuff written out here. And she had all hers written out. And she'd punch hers in and it would get one number. And I'd punch mine in and it would get a different number. It was weird. I don't know what was up. But okay, whatever. Finance charge. Whatever you have here, this number, 235.02, has to multiply by what? 36 to equal what? What does that equal? Whatever that is gets you a number. And then what do you do with that number? Minus how much? He only borrowed 2,500, right? Or 7,500, sorry. So we take this answer, whatever it is, which is what? 8,460.70, and I subtract out the 7,500 he borrowed, right? So the finance charge is 960.70. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. All right. Determine the monthly payments, the amount paid, and finance charge for each loan. So, what are the payments? You did your TVM solver. What are the payments? 191.57. Hey, that's what I have. Times what? 48 to get what? Minus what? 8,000 to get a finance charge of 1,195.36. All these are worth 2 marks, by the way. We'll just do it that way. Because the TVM solver is doing the bulk of the work, but sometimes you got to do some adding and subtracting afterwards. What are the payments in B? 253.76 times what? 8 equals what? 2,030.08, of which I subtract 2,000, and my finance charge is $30.08. And lastly, payments. $267.61 times how much? This is tricky. 54 equals whatever it equals. I don't actually have an answer there, and then I subtract out 12,500 to get a total answer. 267.61 times 54, 14,450. 94. 1950, 94. Options. You get 1 mark for all 3, and then you're going to get a mark for Y. So, how much money did Dude make in option 1? Yes, okay, Liam. How much money did you make, Liam, in option 1? Oh, I don't appear to have actually invested the money. I have frittered it away on useless things. Let us ask your business manager who told you to invest it, but you said no. Isabel, how much would he have made had he listened to you instead of buying $2,400 worth of Switch games? Yeah, I got 2,455. All right, so we better have a look at this bad boy. All right. Oh, look, I have my TVM solver right here. So, this year, he's going to invest $200 on the first of each month. So how many payments is he going to make? 12. What's his interest rate? 5. What's his present value? 0, because he starts at nothing. What are his payments? -200. Future value, that's what we're trying to find out. Payments per year, 12. 12. And it is compounded monthly. 12. And is he saving? So begin or end? Begin. Alpha, enter. 2466. I had 2455, probably because I forgot to switch it to end on mine when I did this the first time. So, what do we have for 2? $2,495.96. And for 3? 2,532. No sense? Kind of like me. All right. So, what should he do? I would do 3. What might prevent him from doing 3? Maybe he doesn't have $2,400 sitting around on January 1st. If he's got a job, what is more likely for him to do? Pardon me? For option 3? Well, let's have a look. He invests $2,400, so he makes 1 payment at 5.5. Present value 0. Payment was $2,400. Payment was $2,400. The payments per year were 1, and the compounds per year were compounded semi-annual, yeah, 2. Thank you. And let's check. Alpha, enter. 2533.82. That's funny because I have 2333.82. 2533.82. But whatever. So I don't know what you did. Of course, if you don't actually write out what you punched in, there's no way to tell where you went wrong, right? And you got a way bigger number than that? And you have all that? You sure you only have 1? Or did you put something bigger up there? So, ladies and gentlemen, how could you score if I was marking this like out of 3, how could you score full 3 for the Y? Oh, first of all, best is what? Obviously option 3 because you have the most money. So that would get, I mean, that's the easiest, right? Why would you choose option 3? Oh, that's the one that makes me the most money. But why wouldn't you choose option 3? Because of the discussions we just had, right? You don't have $2,400 sitting around, right? Okay. Credit cards. All right, we talked about this yesterday, yeah? So, first of all, what do I got to do with 20.85 to find out the monthly interest? Because the credit cards are go by month, yes? So what do I got to do with the 20.85 per annum? I got to divide by 12. Now, if you do 20.85 divided by 12, you're not going to get the percentage, are you? You're going to get a number, but then you're going to have to convert that to a percentage, right? So you either got to divide 0.2085 or 20.85 and then move that decimal. But whatever you do, you get, I think it's something like 0.017. Or 1.7%, yeah, 0.017. Or 1.7, I actually have it as 1.74%. Everybody cool? All right, so on her unpaid balances, right? So she started off on her March 12th statement, she had this as a balance, right? Right? By the due date, she made the minimum payment. So, how do I do the minimum payment? Well, this is what she owes. How do I find the minimum payment? Multiply by 0.05, right? Which is, oh, somebody's got it? $36.98. Did she make that payment? Yes. Right? Did she pay off her credit card? No. So what do I do with this number and this number? So she had $739.65 and she paid $36.98. Yes? So she owes $702.67. Agreed? That's how much she owes, yes? Since that is an unpaid balance, that gets interest. Right? So that is going to get the 1.0174. Oh, I lie. No, that's right. Because it's going to be that payment plus that percentage is what she's going to owe. Everybody cool? Now, some of you might have found the 0.174 and then added it. That's fine. This will get the same answer. Everybody good? So she has that times 1.0174. So she owes $714.90. Then what does she do? Pardon? She adds 179.39, right? Now, what will her balance be on April 12th, her next statement? What do I do with those two numbers? $894.28, right? When will this get interest? If she doesn't pay this off. Everybody understand? So if she pays $894, this is gone. If she only makes her minimum payment, she pays interest on that, which is compounded from that, and she pays interest on that. Everybody understand? So her minimum payment here, $894.28 times 0.05. $44.71. Now, again, listen to me here. Making this payment every month makes you the darling of lenders. Credit card companies, mortgage companies, money lending companies, everybody loves you. This is what builds your credit rating. If you never miss a payment. But it does not build financial health. Does everybody understand? Remember that spreadsheet we made to pay off that one $400 purchase at minimum payments took 5 years. And that's assuming you never use that credit card again. It would take 5 years at minimum payment. Everybody understands this, yes? Now, am I telling you not to get loans and not to get credit cards? No. It is very difficult to function in our current society without a credit card. It is not difficult to function without loans, but it is difficult to function without a credit card. We buy many things online. We make lots of payments through credit. All right. Okay, this is a weird one. Remember, there's a lot of ways you could have done this. Harpreet took out a payday loan, $500, had to repay $540 within 7 days. This interest, is this simple or compound? It's simple, right? Because you have what you paid or borrowed. This is how much you're paying back, and you have amount of time, yes? There's no chance for it to compound because you have to pay it back after 7 days. Everybody agree? So, I equals PRT. What's the interest? Yes, you do. He repaid $40. Or he repaid $540. It was $500 borrowed. So what's the interest? 40 equals 500 times rate times time. Time is in what? Years. This was a 7-day loan. So what do I write for time? Other way around. And when I do math, I get 40 equals 3,500 R over 365, right? How do I solve that? You're all looking at me strangely. 500, R, and 7 are all numerators. So they're up top. So what is the answer? If you didn't do it right, you should be calculating it right now. I am not telling a group of grade 11 students how to solve that. I am not telling a group of grade 11 math students how to solve a 2-step algebra equation. Especially when we have already done a whole unit on radicals, or rational expressions. I will wait patiently while they try to solve it. Thank you. 4.17%. Now, some of you would say, hopefully you have listened to me and heard me say that payday loans are the evilest things in the world. They're the evilest things in our financial world. There is eviler things in the financial world in the world, the rest of the world. But around here, these people should be dealt with extreme prejudice. And here's why. 4.17% doesn't seem like a lot of money, does it? 4% sounds terrific, but that is 4% over what period of a year? 4% a week. Every other interest rate we've done is over the course of a year, yes? Okay, so what is that interest rate over the course of a year? That's one way to solve it. That's the easiest thing to do. Multiply by 52, right? That's nutso. Would you take a loan at that rate? And yet, on every corner, what do you see? Money marts and payday loan companies. Because people don't understand. They see 4% and they think, yeah. The newest one says, we'll lend you $300 and only charge you 20. Well, $20 is what percentage of 300? Nobody? 20, what percent of 300? It's 1/15. Anybody? Never mind. Don't go to payday loan companies. That's the lesson. Nathaniel would like to buy a bicycle. Those are his options. Option 1, what is monthly payments? What are you going to use to figure that out? You're going to use the TVM. How much did he borrow? How much did he borrow? He borrowed $1655.99, right? So, our number of payments, 2 years. He's paying it monthly. So how many payments? 24. Interest, 7.25. Present value, $1655.99. Payment, negative, I don't know, because that's what we're working out. Future value, 0. Time, what was it? Per annum? Right? So it's, what's the next on the list? I can never remember. Future value. Payments per year are 12. And her compounds per year are 1. And it's borrowed, so it's at the end. So what are his payments? Pardon me? Yes. 74.16. $1655.99. Payments, I don't know. Future value 0. Payments per year 12. Compounds per year 1. At the end, I get your payments to be $74.16. You guys need to see it? I don't know why you're confused. I've got it written right there. 24 months. He's paying it off after over 2 years. He is borrowing 7.25. His present value is $1655.99 because he had $400, so he only needed to borrow that. His payments are, I don't know. His future value is 0 because he is trying to pay off his loan. He is paying it 12 times per year. He is compounding once per year because it's compounded annually, and it is at the end. I do not know why I am hearing, what? Alpha, enter. Oh, damn it, I just changed present value. Payment, alpha, enter. 74.16. $73.73. What?
We all know what you're going to do.
If he chooses option 2, what will be his rate of interest? What is option 2? 12 times 180 is what? $2,160. Exactly, right? Okay, so that's what he's going to pay back, right? Now, is this compound or simple interest?
Simple.
Why is it simple? Because the rate doesn't change. He is always paying back $180. So I equals PRT. What's the interest? How do I find out how much interest he paid? Exactly. He needed $2,055.99. He borrowed $2,160. So his interest was $104.01. His principal was $2,055.99. His rate is what we need, and his time was how many years? 1. So I don't even need it, do I? So how do I solve that? And what's the answer? 5.1%. Total cost of each option? Well, option 2, we already know, is $2,160. Option 1 is $7,416 times 24 plus what? 400. $2,179.84. So what should he do? What should he do? In option 1, he pays more money. Well, David, let me talk to you about that for a second. In option 1, it was a loan, right? Could he pay it back faster? What happens if grandma gives him an $800 birthday present? Could he put it all on the loan? This is locked in. He's paying $2,160 for that bike. End of discussion. Right? In option 1, yes, he's paying $19.84 more, but he has the option to get it done faster. Does everybody understand? Again, who makes the decision? You do. It's not always down to the money. It's down to your circumstances. Right? Okay. Okay. Unpaid balance. That for 21 days. Is 21 days a month? Is 21 days a month? No. So is there any chance for that to compound? Will this amount compound? No. Because they might pay it off. So first of all, what do I have to do with this? Divide by 12? Divide by what? 365 to find my daily interest rate. And then 1629.53 times my rate, which is a crazy small number, 0.00053, right? That's the interest I'm going to pay per day, right? times what? $21, because it's 21 days. I only want the interest due, so that's all I got to do. $18.14. Now, if I don't pay that, and at the end of this 21 days is the next month, I'm paying interest on it all. What about this one? Is that going to compound? No, it's still under a month. So do I do anything different? Divide by 365, 2639.99. Times my rate, 22.95 over 365. Wait, sorry, 0.2295 over 365 if you want to do it all in one step. Times 30. And we get 49.80. Now, number 5. Can we use the TVM solver? Yup, but it's a lump sum payment, right? So we got to be careful with it. Can we use the formula? Even better to use the formula here. Why? Because it's a lump sum payment, right? You don't have to be careful when you're doing the formula. But whichever way you do it, you're going to get the same answer. I will use the formula because I can write it out. A equals principal, 5,000, times 1 plus rate, 0.025, over compounded semi-annually twice, 3 years, 3 times 2. That will give her the total amount. I want to know the interest, so what do? A minus 5,000 equals interest. So I find the A first, 5,000. Thank you. What? 5,386 and no decimals? 0.91. 5386.91 according to my good friend Avneet. So the interest is 386.91. Assuming she did it right, I got no problem with that. I assume it's good. I see a couple of corroborating nods. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, use that word 3 times today and it's yours forever. Although apparently not. I'm going to go back and watch all the videos for this class and find out how many times I said corroborating. And then I'm going to come back here and I'm going to say, ha! But no, I'm not really going to do that because unlike you people, I do not have endless time to sit and watch stupid videos on YouTube. I know. YouTube says they're comedy. They're obviously not educational. If they were educational, maybe there'd be more than 7 views and you guys would all be getting A's. Number 6. What does that mean? The second he pushes OK on the ATM, the interest starts. May 2nd, doesn't pay it off on May 13th, 20% per annum starting on the day of the withdrawal. Calculate the interest he must pay. The statement is May 13th. Or no, that's when he makes the payment. Sorry. The statement came out on May 2nd. How many days did he owe for this? This is a little bit tricky. How many days in April? 6 in April. April 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. Because the April 25th counts. So there's 6 days in April. How many days in May? 13. So that's a total of 19 days, yes? How do I figure out the daily interest? 0.2 divided by 365 will get me the daily interest times how many days? 19 times what was the amount? 1,000. And that gets me my answer. Whatever it is. $10.41. Now, number 7 is the one that took a lot of work. And I'm willing to bet that if I said, if you have right now this ready to present to me, you don't have to write your finance test tomorrow. How quickly would I have to duck from the stampede? Not at all, right? Not at all. I could take Noah's shirt off him and use it like a red cape as a bullfighter, and I wouldn't have to worry, because ain't one of you charging up to me. Because if I walk around, I'm going to see the bottom third of that page stone blank for almost every one of you. Oh, yeah? What? Yeah, trying counts. I tried to fix your brakes, sir. I tried to transplant your heart properly. I tried to pick up that dirty needle. You didn't need it. So, you did it? Really? Damn, son. Oh, I gotta be honest. Sure? Yeah, now everybody all of a sudden, crayons in their fist. Oh, King do! All right, get working. You're a liar. With all 3 options, or more than 3 options. You did 2 options? What are they thinking? Good God. All right. You will be writing a test tomorrow on this stuff. TVMs will be available to everyone. And also you have the availability of the formulas. I will write them on the board. You do not need to have them memorized. What? Oh, you want to talk about some of these? All right, okay. What are some people's brainstormed options? What could you do? Give me one. You could save. So 1, you could save. 2, you could use your 1,100 to pay your card off, then save. What's another option? Max your credit card. Max the card. It's an option. Let's use good options, shall we? What else? Oops, sorry. What else could we do? We could get the loan. We could save for 5 months. We could use our $200 saved. We could keep the $1,100. We could make a down payment on the $1,100. We could use the $200 a month to pay off our card, right? Because that's a zero-sum gain. And you could just do the loan for $1,700 and be paying it off. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was a $1,000 credit card. So you would use $100 of your savings to pay off your card. So we have lots of options, yes? Now, as with every financial decision, it comes down to personal choice, yeah? What of these things is the easiest way to get this ATV into my garage today? Right there. It doesn't require any more paperwork. It doesn't require any more legwork. It requires nothing. You walk into the ATV store, you put your card down, they go cha-ching. Well, they don't really anymore because it's not, 1985. They go cha-ching, or you go tap, because of course you all have tap, because that's very secure, a great way to keep your money. Like when I found that guy's wallet, if he hadn't canceled everything had tap, I could have gone crazy. Huh? No, you can't tap. You can set your tap values. You can set your tap value personally. Huh? Yes, I know. I'm well aware of that. I'm just telling you it's not a good idea to have tap so you can get through the drive-thru faster. Tap is a bad idea. Don't use it. You're young. You have enough time to go B-A-L-L-Z. Oh, wait. B-A-L-L-E-R-Z. Yeah, I did. I forgot the E-R the first time. Well, for me, when I have to spend money, I'm swearing, so it's B-A-L-L-Z. That's not my ATM code. Don't bother. But it would be funny. You can, some let you decide. Royal Bank would let you have up to 7. My buddy used to have money. That was his ATM code. M-O-N-E-Y. So, we've got a little bit of time, ladies and gentlemen. These are the only 4 options that I can envision as being realistic, right? I mean, you can do all kinds of other stuff. I mean, the options are really endless, aren't they? You could find your grandma and say, Granny, I really want an ATV. And she may be a sucker and say, okay, right? Or, yeah, you could do this. Granny, are you going to leave me any money in your will? Can you give me 1,000 of it now? Right? At any rate, for me personally, and I would like to hear, quite frankly, does anybody have another realistic option other than these 4? Realistic. Huh? Well, not buying it altogether is a good move. Because, of course, the verb here is want. Very rarely will you see, you need to buy an ATV. Right? Ooh, the zombie apocalypse is on us. The car is impractical. Right? I mean... Okay. So, all right, let's discuss the advantages and disadvantages of each option then. Because everybody has 1 or 2 of these. What's good about saving? What's good about option 1? You avoid debt. You are not in debt. Let me give you another advantage there. What if you realize 4 months into saving that, you know what? I've just lived 4 months without an ATV. Maybe I'll be okay. Maybe. I mean, maybe not, right? maybe gas is gone and the zombie apocalypse is upon us, right? And you've got to ration your gas. Now, of course, you all need to remember, if that does happen, gas is only good for a maximum of 2 months. So all of those shows like Walking Dead and Fear of the Walking Dead and Z Nation and every show that has the end of the world happening where they're still driving cars, that is only if it is within maximum 6 months of the end of the world that they could still be driving cars. So that's just one of those things that we let go because the show is cool, right? Like Road Warrior wouldn't be as cool if they weren't driving those cool cars. Huh? Mad Max. That's what you guys know Road Warrior as. I know Mad Max as Road Warrior because that was what it was originally in 1984 when it came out. So, although to be fair, they were still refining gas. That was the whole point of the original Mad Max movie. They were trying to get to a refinery that was held by bad guys. Anyway, what's option? Oh, disadvantages of savings. I don't get my ATV. Which is basically a tantrum. Number 2. Can you think of any disadvantages of number 2 except I don't get my ATV? I know exactly. Number 2 is the best option in my mind. Because, well, in Canada and America for sure, number 3 is the option everybody takes. Because I'm going to win the lottery and be able to retire. Number 3, advantages. You get your ATV easy. And what do we like in North America? Easy. I want to do no work for nothing. Right? Working's for suckers. Disadvantages to number 3? Yeah. Number 3 has no advantages. Number 4? Do I get my ATV with number 4? Yes. Do I get to keep my credit card for actual emergencies? Yes, I do go into debt. But here's something a lot of people don't think of with number 4. Because he's got his earpods in. AirPods. I was going to say earbuds, and then I went to Airbuds, which is that stupid movie about the stupid dog. And then I didn't get my brain to my tongue fast enough to change it. Huh? Yeah. You've never seen Airbud? Airbud, 7th Inning Fetch, the baseball movie. Airbud, World Pup, the soccer movie. Airbud, the basketball movie. Airbud, Golden Receiver, the football movie. That frickin' dog. What? Because, hey, you know what's the movie I hate most in the world? Paul Blart Mall Cop. You think I've seen it? No. Do you know how I know it exists? Because I have eyes. I also know about Most Vertical Primate 1, where he's a skateboarding chimp. And Most Vertical Primate 1 is when he's the hockey player. And they teach the chimp to play hockey. In Most Vertical Primate 2, he's a skateboarder. And they teach him to skateboard. I know about that one because my buddy wrote the script. I hate Paul Blart Mall Cop because of what it represents. And because Kevin James is a stupid idiot. And I'm a million times funnier, just as fat. But I'm not being paid $1 bazillion to act like an idiot. I'm barely being paid a living wage to do something useful. Nobody's paying no $80 million on the first weekend to come and see me act like an idiot. You guys do it for free. Oh, I remember.
We have to look back.
No, that's not what I was going to say. But there is a hidden advantage to number 4 that most of you probably didn't think of. And I'm just going to wait a second because it's that. You got some troubles there, Sarah? Sarah's got a drinking problem. I love that joke. It works better if you drink it backwards. Oh, wait, that's a water bottle. It won't work. But I do love that gag when the idiot actually tries to drink from the other side of the cup and dumps it down their belly. Morons. Now my favorite is when you say it's the hiccup cure. All right. Screw the back corner. Okay. This is the advantage to number 4 that you people probably didn't think of. This purchase isn't very big. If you get the loan from your credit union and you pay it back in a timely fashion without having any trouble, what do you think is going to happen when you go and ask for the next loan, like for your house? They're going to be a lot happier with you, right? It's a really good idea in our society to get a good relationship with a lender that isn't a credit card. Okay? First car I bought, I only paid like $5,400 for it, the first one that was decent. I got a loan for it. I paid $250 a month. I ended up paying back like $7,400. But they were very supportive of all my future ventures. Especially you people that are young, because most often you're going to need a co-signer. Somebody else will have to sign the loan with you. And if you can keep the payment small and do it yourself, you're in good shape. All right. Take the rest of the block off. What? Sorry? I can't hear you, Jory. It's kind of appalling that you're 5 feet from me and I can't hear you. For this? So, if you're gonna put it all on your credit card, is what you're asking. Okay, so you're gonna need to borrow. You're gonna need to put $1,700 on your credit card, right? And you already owe $100 on your credit card, so your credit card is now at $1,800. Yeah. Yeah, you have a balance of $100 on your credit card. Okay, so you're gonna need to put $1,800 on your card, right? Now, if you assume you're going to pay it off over 2 years, the same amount of time. Pardon me? Well, that's the thing, right? We can only figure out, oh, sorry, the bank was going to be over 1 year. So the credit card, we would, like, you can't compare apples and oranges. We got to compare it 1 year, right? So the credit card is going to be $1,800. Now, there's a lot of assumptions here. One, you're not going to use your credit card for anything else. There's only the $1,800 that are on it, which is dangerous, right? Because, you know, you're filling your ATV with gas. You forget you don't have enough cash. Oh, what are you going to do? You're going to put it on your credit card, right? So you got to be careful with this. But if you're going to say it's $1,800, then it's simply compound interest divided by 12. So I would use the formula, right? I would go 1,800 as my principal times 1 plus 0.20 compounded annually, right, over 1 year. That's what I'd do. But even actually, yeah. That'd be fine. Well, no, that wouldn't be compounded. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, that would be fine. But again, that's assuming you make no other payments. But again, technically you've got to pay it off every month. So you'd be paying your minimum payment, and then they'd add that interest. Like, it gets really complicated doing a credit card. You guys supposed to be out of here in 2 minutes. I gotta go pick up some printing. I'll be right back. If I'm not back and the bell doesn't ring, then I'm home.
My answers are like a couple stuff. Mine are like 50 cents. Mine are like $1.07. I'm like, I don't get it.
Somebody in this building sent 27,000 sheets of printing to the printer. I sent in your test, and then they went down and picked up their 27,000 sheets and brought mine with them. Oh well, so it goes.